The rise and controversies of Mamata Banerjee. How did one woman end a 34 years political empire in West Bengal and still remain one of the most controversial leader in modern Indian politics? The political journey of Mamata Banerjee is a story of mass popularity, relentless street politics, welfare governance, survival against powerful rival, and constant controversy. Born in Kolkata, Mamata Banerjee emerged from student politics and protest movements. Unlike traditional politicians, she built an image of accessibility and confrontation. She was one often seen on the street leading marches, confronting policy and directly attack political opponents. Her national breakthrough came in 1984 when she shocked Indian politics by defeating veteran communist leader Somanath Chatterjee in a parliamentary election. At a young age, she became one of the rising faces of anti-left politics in West Bengal, but her real political transformation come later. In 1998, Mamata Banerjee founding an all-Indian Trinamool Congress, commonly known as TMC. At the time, the left front had ruling West Bengal for decades and appeared almost impossible to defeat. Yet, Mamata positioning himself as a primary challenger to communist dominance. Her rise accelerated during the two explosive land movements, first Singur and second Nandigram. This protest changed Bengal politics forever. The government attempt to acquire land for industrial projects triggered massive anger among the farmers and villagers. Mamata Banerjee stood at the center of these protests, presenting himself as a defender of the ordinary people against forced land acquisition. This strategy transformed her from an opposition leader into mass movement figure. Then came the historic turning point. In 2011, Mamata Banerjee defeated the left government, ending its uninterrupted 34 years rule in West Bengal, one of the longest ruling elected communist government in the world. The victory completely reshaped Bengal. Once in a power, her government focused heavily on welfare politics, supported credit her administration for launching schemes such as Kanyasri, Swasti Swati, Lakshmi Vandal. This program especially strengthened supporting among women, rural voters, and economically weaker households. But alongside political success came repeated controversies. Political violence allegations. One of the biggest criticism against the state government has been political violence. Several elections in West Bengal, especially Panchayat and Assembly elections, witnessed allegations of clashes between party workers, intimidation, booth violence, post-poll attacks, political killing. Opposition parties accused the ruling system of weakening democratic function. The government, however, frequently blamed opposition provocation and local rivalries. This issue became permanent feature of Bengal politics. Sharda Chit Fund scam. Another major controversy was Sharda Chit Fund scam. This scam thousands of small investors lost money. After the chit fund company collapsed, the investigator drew in political figures from multiple parties, and the scandal becomes a major weapon for opposition attacks against the government. The controversy damaged administrative image among the many middle class and rural investors. Second scam, Narda Sting operation. Narda Sting operations created another political storm. Hidden camera footage released before election appeared to show several politicians illegally accepting cash. This matter led to years of legal battles, investigations, media debates, and political accusations. Supporters argued the operation was politically timed. Critics claimed it exposed deep corruption. Third, school jobs recruitment scam. Perhaps one of the most damaging controversies. One of the was the biggest West Bengal school jobs investigations alleged irregularities in the recruitment of teachers and staff in the government schools. The scandal led to high-profile arrests, including senior politicians, figures connected to the ruling establishment. Opposition parties used this issue to question merit-based governance, transparency, and administrative integrity. The controversy became especially emotional became because it affected thousands of job aspirants. Another one, free speech and protest criticism. The government also faced criticism over its handling of protest and dissent. Critics accused the administrations of acting aggressively at the times against opposition rallies, student movements, protest matches, political dissent. Supporters argued the state was maintaining law and order in politically tense environments. Economic criticism. Economic performance remains another major debate. Opponents argue West Bengal failed to attract large scale in industrial investment compared to some other Indian states. They say unemployment and limited opportunities pushed many young people to migrate outside the state for jobs. Supporters are counter that government prioritized welfare delivery, rural stability, social programs, grassroots development. This debate continues even today. And another one, communal and local power controversies. Communal tension emerged also become politically sensitive. Whenever riots or religious clashes occurred, critics accused the government of vote bank politics. Supporters responded that opposition forces were attempted to polarize society for electoral gains. Inside the ruling party itself, several local leaders faced accusations involving extortion, syndicate control, land grabbing, misuse of influence. Mamata Banerjee periodically removed or disciplined some leaders, but critics argued that problems were systematic rather than individual. Why still keeps winning? Despite controversy, Mamata Banerjee continues winning elections repeatedly. Her political strength comes from welfare schemes, women voters, strong grassroots networks, Bengal identity politics. Her personal image as a figure to supporters that represent resistance, accessibility to critics. She represents centralized political controls and controversy. Both images exist simultaneously. Final analysis. The legacy of Mamata Banerjee has two powerful sides. One side, she ended deeply entrenched political regime, expanded welfare politics, became one of the India's most influential female leaders. On the other hand, her tenure has faced corruption allegations, violence accusations, recruitment scam controversies, economic criticism. That is why Mamata Banerjee remains not only powerful but permanently controversial in Indian politics.